Okay, good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me know if you guys can hear my audio and see my screen in the chat box. Just give me a little Y or a yes there, just to let me know that it is working. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning so far. Hopefully your trading has been going well. Looking forward to trading with you guys this morning. Got a lot of fun stuff to talk about, so let's go ahead and get into it. As always, I need to remind you guys about the risks involved in this market. You can lose all or more than your initial investment if you're not careful. So please be aware of how many pips you're risking on each trade, in addition to how big your lot size is and ultimately how that would affect your account if you were to lose money. So make sure that you're going through that process each and every time that you take a trade. All right, guys. So as far as news goes today, I don't believe we have really anything. There shouldn't be. Yeah, there's nothing going on. The only thing that's happening news-wise is we just have follow through from kind of the unexpected unemployment change from Friday. We weren't expecting to add so many jobs to the economy this last month. And so that was a little bit of good news for the stock market, but it was nonetheless unexpected news. And because it was unexpected, that's why we're seeing things like the euro dollar, the dollar yen, the dollar franc kind of go crazy right now. So, and we don't even trade that a ton when we're doing the banker's close, so it doesn't matter as much. But and nonetheless, we are buying the euro pound right now. This is a trade I took a few moments ago. I did message this in the Telegram chat, just letting you guys know that I did purchase the euro pound for my banker's close trade. And we'll go ahead and talk about why I want to take this trade versus the pound franc or the euro franc. But this is the trade I feel confident about, is this long on the euro pound. Um, and I feel like this is the trade where if it were to go against us, there's a lot of room and a lot of flexibility to be able to fix this trade if it were to go against us. And so that's another reason why I do feel pretty confident about this trade today. Um, but yeah, let's talk about it. So I generally, when I'm looking for a trade setup, I'm on TradingView and I have all my different indicators right. But first of all, a couple of things that I like just from pure price action. So just looking at the euro pound objectively without any indicators, without any order blocks, just doing your own price action. Some of the things I like the most about this pair were a couple of recent things. So on the 15 or a 5-minute chart, really doesn't matter. I'll go back to the 5-minute chart. You'll notice that recently we made this little divot here, this little low, this apex low here, and it did so right into a lot of demand. And yes, it did make a new lower low. However, we got a pretty good rejection off of this, like pretty fast. That's a clue, right? You got to pay attention to the clues, and that is one right there. Another thing that I like to see is this was a supply area and the market just blew right through the supply area. Like we just blew through this top. The market just came up, hit supply and was like, I don't care, and went straight up, right? So that's another clue that we're looking for, that gets us pretty excited about this type of a trade opportunity, okay? The other thing too, I'm not sure what this pattern's called. I mean, I don't have the name for it, but this is technically a pattern. It's where you have this little cone shape that curves off different directions, and it kind of makes a megaphone. It goes wider. Maybe that's what it's called, as a megaphone. Typically, these wind up going higher anyway when you have one of those megaphone type patterns. So the chance of this making a new high is actually pretty solid. The opportunity, yeah, for this to go even higher to me is very much a possibility today. Um, Coupled with the fact that we got a rejection of this low right here, the market blew past supply. It's just gone straight through it. That's a really, really good thing, right? And then other things, so that's just from price action, right? So when you're just looking at the price action itself, those are the initial observations that I'm making for a banker's close opportunity. So the narrative for a move higher is a little bit greater, maybe much greater than the narrative for a move lower. Now, could this market go lower? Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the market can do literally anything it wants and will surprise you a lot of the time, right? Now, if it were to go lower, I feel like I have a lot more of an ability to work on this trade to fix it if it does go lower than if, like, say it went higher. If I were selling and it went higher, I don't know if I'd had the same amount of confidence to fix the trade. So it's another reason why I wanted to be a buyer today, was just because there's so much here that leads me to believe that I have an ability to fix this trade if it were to go against me. So let's talk about some of those things. So now that we've done some price action analysis, I want to just pull up some of these order blocks so you guys can see where they are. Technically, Lux Algo has a sell block right here, so we'll see if that holds. But there's a buy block here. We've got some down here. But if you go to the higher time frames, this is really where order blocks really matter. They go to an H1. Technically down here where the market made this rejection of this low down here, it did very well. Like, it bounced off of this and just went straight up. And I suspect that it's going to continue. Let's see, if you go to a, say a 45-minute or a 30-minute chart, you've got all sorts of blocks down here. Again, I think if the market were to go lower, I'd have a better chance at fixing this than if it were to go higher. Let's go to a 30-minute. 30-minute, same thing. Yeah, just tons of buying pressure down here. There is selling pressure up here, so we would want to get out of this trade basically in the next 15 or 20 pips. So if this market went up another 15 or 20 pips, we would take our profits and call it a day, and maybe even try to go the other way and try to make money the opposite direction. But for now, this is the trade that I do feel most comfortable with. And if it does go down, I feel like I could confidently scale in and add to the position basically on the way down. So I'd have a solid opportunity to fix the trade if it did go down against me. So that's kind of my thought process with this trade today. Now, you could look at some alternatives. The Euro franc is technically a buy opportunity on a lower time frame. Actually, it looks like it's done well in the last, yeah, it's gone up 12, 13 pips. So this one I was looking at too as a buy, but it would need to come back down to here again for me to feel comfortable buying again. And then let's see. This one has had a lot of selling pressure recently. Technically, this is a head and shoulders pattern. And so it's had a lot of selling pressure. Now it is coming off of some of the selling pressure here and is likely to find some buy pressure, which it already did. Like 15, 20 minutes ago when I was thinking about a buy here, it did go up, but I wouldn't be interested in buying now. It's not a really great price to buy at. But if it came back into here or maybe down here, those would be great little buy areas. So not really interested in this one. In fact, this one could see a move back to the downside. But I don't know if I'm in a position to feel comfortable selling that one right now. But it is one I'm monitoring, and it's kind of my second choice. This is my secondary option if I didn't like the euro pound today. Let's go take a look at the pound franc. This one I already looked at earlier. I don't like this one, and I'll explain why. So the reason why I don't like this option for the banker's close is because when you look at where the price is sitting right now, there's no supply or demand like anywhere. So except, I mean, there was some down here, but if that one fails, where it is right now, basically, if this one fails, you're going to have to wait all the way until basically, here's my thought. This is the next area where you're going to find some demand is down here. And that's quite a ways to go. So you're kind of in a tough area. You know, if this decides it wants to go down and you're a buyer, you could get stuck in this one for quite a while. And we really don't want to get stuck in trades that long. We get stuck in trades, like that just happens. And sometimes we have to work our way out of trades. We may have to with the euro pound. We'll see. So far, so good. So far hasn't really done anything. But I mean, we'll see what we get. We respond to what happens, right? But with this one, when I look at the possible scenarios of this, whether it goes up first or down first, the scenarios where I could fix this trade are not as favorable. Whereas like with the euro pound, if that thing went against me, I feel like I have way more options and I don't have to take such a large drawdown to fix that trade. And so that's why I've kind of preferred that one over some of these alternatives. But yeah, this one, I really don't know where I would fix this one. I mean, it does look like it's going to go up in the short term, but I just, again, I don't know where I would get the help on this. You know, if it were to go up and I were a seller, I probably would get some help here, maybe up here. But again, that one's 20 and this one's 40 pips away. So kind of a ways to go to get some help. So that's kind of why I've chosen this euro pound as my option today, because I do like, and again, for those that arrived late or later today, this guy has already broken structure. Okay, so it's broken to the upside. It broke through supply level. Okay, which is a good sign if you're a bull. It has made higher highs and higher lows recently. Okay. And if it were to go against us, there's a lot of buying pressure out throughout here where I think we get our help that we need. And so for all of those reasons, I would say I feel more confident with this euro pound, right? So, and I'll show you. So here's my account with my Forex funds. Here's my long positions on the euro pound. You know, I'm just up $130 right now on these. Really nothing yet, because my expectation today is to make about 20 pips per trade, approximately, maybe 10 to 20 pips per trade. So yeah, I am looking to make 1 or 2 grand on this trade setup today, if we can get the market to go there, where we want it to go. Yeah, I like the fact that it came down to here and just went straight up and blew past the supply. To me, that says that the sellers aren't as strong as they'd like to be. So that is my trade today. That's what my expectation is. That's what I'm working towards. Here's the trade we took on Friday. Friday, you and I think we bought, when it came down to here, we were buying in this area. It was really slow. We didn't make a lot on that. If I recall, we didn't make a lot at all on Friday. It just barely didn't do anything. And who knows, that could happen again today. We will see. It did pull back, let's see, on Sunday and early Monday, it pulled back down to here and then quickly came back up. We'll see if it does that again. If this were to pull back and do something crazy, again, you're just going to find so much buying pressure right there that I feel comfortable that we could easily fix this trade. But do be aware that that is 25, 27 pips away. So, you know, we could see this market come down and then we'd have to work on fixing the trade down here. If it came to that. My hope, though, this morning is that we can still get another one last push to the upside here today, something like that. Actually, here's what I can draw it out better here. My hope is something like this. And then we're done. Okay. The market looks like it wants to do something more like this, just kind of a sideways. And then we'll see if we can end up here maybe and take our profits up there. That's fine too. that it looks like it may want to do something like that. But then the worst case scenario, I think, is something like this, where it comes down, we hit this massive demand right here, and then we get a nice move back to the upside. And then what we'll do is we'll close out these guys at break even. And then hopefully we did our due diligence and added well to the position, down in this area. We add several positions in there that we can use to make the money. We'll make our money on those guys, and then we'll clock out of these trades at break even type of thing. So those are kind of the three different scenarios that I see happening this morning. All three are very much on the table, but that's how I plan to trade this. Now, I do feel comfortable adding again down here because, again, we have a big clue. This is a huge clue that I want you guys to look for whenever you're taking any trade in the future. The fact that this market came down here and then within minutes just boom, came right back up, that should tell you somebody wants to buy this. Somebody liked that price. Somebody big liked that price and was willing to prop this up, and not only prop it up, but they busted through. This was all supply, and the market busted through that supply and made new highs above it. So again, that's why I have to stick to the long side. I feel more comfortable on the long side here than I do on the short side. And I will just kind of wait and let that sit and do its thing. I wanted to just thank you guys for being patient with me last week. I was sick all week. It was really annoying because, as you guys know, you guys do the same thing. It's a new year. You're super excited to just get after it and just, make your wildest dreams come true for the new year. And then I just got sick to start the whole year, and it was just not a fun way to start. But I'm feeling much better now, and I'm super excited, trading better too. I mean, we had a great trading week last week. Every banker's closed trade made money. Every pretty much every trade we took did well. Even our overnight trades were pretty awesome. So the reason why I'm thinking we'll close out right up here for take profits. Let's talk about that part actually real quick. So that's a good one because I kind of cheated it a little bit. I don't know if it's cheating, but if you look at the order blocks with Sonar Lab and Lux Algo, it looks like the selling pressure starts right up here. It doesn't look like the banks are really interested in selling until you get up into here, this area. So that's kind of why I've placed my take profits right up there. It's because that's where the banks are probably going to sell. And so, yeah, it doesn't look like they're willing to sell anywhere. I mean, if they're selling now, great. But if it looks like they're going to let us have a little bit of a breakout before they try to sell it down. So that's why up here, you can also see this is a structure level of structure, right? And the market broke this structure level. What caused the market to break that structure? Well, it's basically whatever they were doing right through here. They were layering in some trades, some orders right in through here, right through this alley, right through here. And so whatever sells they put in there was enough to cause this market to break that structure point and come lower. And so that's why supply is going to be identified up in this area. And again, that's also why we've put our take profits up there. So. And yeah, if we can get the market to come up to here, we should be a nice little day. Nice little trading day if we can get the market to go up to there. I had some people ask me earlier and even just kind of throw the idea out there, why not short the euro dollar for the bankers close today? Here's why this is not a good option. And I think everyone agreed to this, but look at the euro dollar's price action recently. This is a 5-minute chart. I know a lot of people like to trade the euro dollar. It's the most traded currency pair in the world. It's just the most common currency to trade. This is the Amazon, Google, or Facebook stock or Tesla stock of Forex, right? Everyone likes to trade this. Look at the price action recently. Look at this huge move, right? That was a 100 pip move that happened in like 10 or 20 minutes, this move right here. And it basically hasn't stopped. And why has it done this? It's because we basically had an unexpected move with the dollar on Friday because we added jobs that weren't expected to be added. And so that subsequently brought the euro up, dollar down. Good for the economy, dollar down though. Anyway, it makes sense to me, but it's kind of hard to explain why that happens. I guess if you look at it this way, if you have more people making money and you have more goods and services being bought and sold, like if the economy is doing well, what that does is it sends your dollar down because you have it's like more inflation, if that makes sense. Like there's more people spending money, making money, and so that makes the dollar less valuable because you've got this mass movement of dollars. Okay. If money is expensive, this makes more sense with rate statements. If money's really expensive, okay, because you've got those rates going up, the dollar will go up in value because you're raising rates. Okay. You're contracting the economy. People are spending less money. People are adding fewer jobs. And so what that does is it causes pressure on the dollar to go up. Okay. Economy can go down, but your dollar can go up. Okay, if that makes sense. And so what happened here instead is we got a news event that's an inflationary news event. Okay, you're adding more jobs, you're adding more income, all this stuff, more spending. Okay, so it sends your dollar down, economy up. That's why you saw your 401ks go up on Friday, but the dollar went down. And that's why you're seeing the euro dollar go up. You've got the euro going up, not because the euro's going up, but it's really because the dollar's gone down and it's making the euro dollar look good. That's what's happened. And so what I wanted to say here is when you have a news event that's kind of unexpected and it wasn't the expectation. In fact, if you guys come here, I'll show you how to read this. When you're on Forex Factory and you're looking at the news events, go back to Friday, go to Friday, January 6th. Here's how you read this. So you see non-farm payroll, right? Once a month, every first Friday of the month. It's like clockwork. You're going to get this news event. It's every month. Put it on the calendar. Every first Friday of the month at 6:30 Mountain, 8:30 Eastern, you're going to get this news event. Okay. The expectation was that we were going to add $200,000 jobs, which I think was kind of high to begin with. And it'll show you right here. Yeah, forecast, previous, and actual. So now you come down to the news event and you can see there were 223,000 jobs added. So that's more than the expectation, which honestly was quite more than the expectation. I don't even think this number really mattered. This 200K number mattered, especially because we came off of the previous month in December. We lost 256,000 jobs. We didn't add jobs, we lost jobs. And so to come back and turn around and basically add them back was not expected. People thought we were going to lose more jobs, which you've probably seen a lot of people lose jobs recently. I have. So I don't know how they're making this number or getting this number. I'm not here to argue that necessarily. What I am here to do is just tell you what the market's done in response to that number. Whether this is true or you believe this or not, or whether all 223,000 jobs are from Taco Bell or not, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to tell you what the market did in response to this and how you can trade this kind of stuff or how you shouldn't trade this kind of stuff, right? So when you get something that's not to the expectation, okay, that's deflationary, that's going to change especially when we've been in an inflationary environment for so long, and we've been trying to impose deflationary measures, like we've been trying to raise rates. That's a deflationary measure. So far, it's been kind of working on certain things. But then all of a sudden, you get this inflationary news event that wasn't expected. It really did come out of left field, because if you talk to any economist right now, they're like, yeah, the next thing we're expecting to see right now is, we've had increasing in cost of debt, cost of capital has gone up first, cost of real estate, interest rate wise, those things are the things that get affected first. The things that follow are job losses. And you go back in history and look at every single one, that's kind of the pattern of how it happens. And so the next thing to expect would be job losses. And so since this came out of left field, because we weren't expecting this, that's why you see this type of activity on the chart. You go and look at, where was it? Here it is. You look at the euro dollar and you get a 250 pip move since Friday morning, and it's just Monday morning. Yeah, that's insane. That's a huge move. Okay. That is absolutely crazy. So now the question is it crazy enough that we should call BS on the move and we should sell it in short? No, I think that's a suicide mission. I used to look at stuff like this and I'd say, oh my gosh, look at how high that thing is. It's got to come back down. What goes up comes down. Maybe, but not right now. I wouldn't say now is the time. If anything, this move is justified from that news event. And so when you see this type of activity, it's important to be aware of it so that you can respond accordingly. Now, for my strategies, the banker's close, we don't want to trade stuff that's being affected by the news events in such a big way like this. Okay. You're not going to trade very well if you have moves that look like this, because in all reality, that move is justified. Okay. If the move's justified, then a reversal doesn't make sense, right? So just some things to pay attention to, and that I want you guys to be aware of. And I wouldn't be interested in selling the euro dollar right now. In fact, I'd be quite nervous to be selling. In fact, I'd be more interested in being a buyer on the euro dollar right now than a seller if I had to trade this. Now, I don't have to trade this. I can trade whatever. I can trade what else, the other things that I have to trade. But yeah, I would be pretty nervous to be a buyer on this pair right now. So anyway, okay, back to the euro pound. So yeah, I'm just waiting. Just waiting for my move here. Hopefully we get some kind of activity. And honestly, I'd be fine if it wanted to go down too, because if it came down, that's an opportunity for me to build into the position a little bit more. But, ideally we get a nice move to this upside here and we call it a day, if we can get that. Something I'm working on, I'll share with you guys real quick too. I am working on a couple of things that I think you guys are going to really like. This weekend, I worked on it and I'm going to continue to work on it, but I'm making an actual course on Teachable. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's just a platform where you can create online courses. I'm creating a banker's close / retirement trade course for you guys to watch and go through. It's going to have quizzes, it's going to have documents that are uploaded, just all sorts of resources for you guys to study the banker's close on your own and to have a reference that you can hang on to, which will be really, really nice. So that's something that I'm working on right now that I think you guys are going to really, really like. And it's going to be free, totally free. I'm not going to charge for it. It's just something I want to help. I want to help more people and help you guys just become professionals at this trade setup. So totally free. And I'll let you guys know when I have it done, but it is a little bit more work than I thought it was going to be, but it's going to be awesome. And then I'm also making one. This one's going to be further down the road, but I am making a course like a Forex 101. So for new traders, I know I've got a lot of new traders who are brand new to the market. Um, and I'm building a course that will just explain very basic concepts. It'll go over, what is support and resistance, how to read a candlestick, how to set up your chart, the difference between different brokers, and uh, you know, what the forex market is, how to read a currency pair, what are the different pairs, what is an ATR, just all the basic stuff you would need to get going in the market. That's another thing that I'm working on as well right now. So, and I'm sure for a lot of you, especially for those of you that are kind of still newer to the market, that'll be very helpful. The other thing I would advise you guys to do, especially if you're new, I haven't been very good at this recently, but we're going to be better. I'm going to decide to be better at this. We're going to do, we have these classes every Friday in the afternoon. They're also recorded, so you can come back and check them. But if you go to the calendar, not all of you are on this model, but if you're on the Forex Plus model, which I think is most of you, when you go to Forex Plus calendar, once it loads up here, looks like our trade's doing well. It just had a little bit of a break to the upside. We'll see how far that continues. Um, we're doing these weekly trainings. So I'm not sure why it's here. It's every Friday. So every Friday at 12 p.m. Mountain or 2 p.m. Eastern, we're doing a weekly training. So mark that on your calendar. If you're pretty new to the market, try to come to that. If it's not convenient, the cool thing about this is we're not trading during that hour. We're not doing anything. You're not missing out on market activity. It's just a time to come and ask questions and learn about the curriculum for the day. So this is just basic stuff. And it's a place for you to come and ask questions. It's every Friday at 12 p.m. Mountain or 2 p.m. Eastern. It's also recorded, so you can come back and watch that class. But definitely come and participate in that if you can, and mark it on your calendar, especially if you're new to trading. In addition to that, guys, too, the COT report is also a great class to come to in the evenings. That's on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mountain or 9 p.m. Eastern. COT report, we had a great one last week. You can go back and watch the recording from last week. It was awesome. And the COT report is, for those of you that don't know, is it's a report that shows you where the banks are trading in terms of, like, they actually report to the government every week how many long positions they have versus how many short positions they have. And then you and I take this data and then we literally go out and take a trade based off of what they're telling us. So it's a very useful report that can help you make an income in the market. I've actually had, I can think of at least one person, maybe a couple of people, who have literally taken the COT report, made a passive strategy with the COT report, which I'm allowed to share. They gave me permission to share what they do, because I do it too as well, who literally passed a funding challenge with a prop firm with just the COT report alone. They literally take trades on Monday and hold those trades until Friday and close them, and then start again, get a new report on Friday afternoon. Monday morning or Sunday night, they could take new trades, let those trades sit all week. And then when the week's over, they close the trades and take their profits and or losses and then move on to the next week. And that's just every week they do the same thing over and over and over again. That's the COT report in a nutshell. It's just these week-long trades that you can hold. So if you're interested in something like that, that's a little more passive, maybe you don't have as much time to trade live with me and sit and trade, that's another option as well. Like, there are so many different ways to attack this market. And I want you guys to know that we have those here if you're interested in those. And then again, for the basic newer trader, what I have for you right now is the weekly classes on Friday, which you can come to. And then I'm working on those courses that I told you about, which will come out soon. So hopefully that can be a little bit more helpful to a lot of you. All right, guys. So this is just being really slow here. I'm just waiting for a breakout. Just waiting for a breakout here. It's definitely flirting with that concept here pretty soon. I mean, I'm up 30 pips, which is nice, but honestly, I need this to get up to here to be happy. It's been really darn slow today. I'd like a move up to here to be happy today. I'm up over here on this account. I'm up 200 with my MyForex funds. I'm up $250. Again, I'd like to double that to feel like I've been accomplished today. I guess I'm up 300 now, but yeah, I just need it to go up a little bit more to feel like I got a good return today. Because I typically aim to make, when I'm trading with 200K, I want to make about 1% a day. So I want to make about $2,000 a day. But if I end up with 500 bucks, I'll take it. And then hopefully in the next day I can make the 2 grand or whatever. If I can have, maybe a couple days a week where we only make like $500, that's okay. And then other days where we make like 1,000, that's fine. But I'd like to have 1 or 2 days a week where I at least make 2 grand, maybe 3 grand even. And I'm just waiting for something to happen. Yeah, if I can just get just 1 or 2 solid bars to the upside here, and 5 pips or so, I'll probably take off at least half the trades. I'll take off half if I can get it to there, or about, so I'll draw a line. Basically, if I can get it to about right there, I'll take half my trades off for profit. But and then I'll also, if it goes down, at this point, we're late in the day, there's no news. So I would probably add to the position if I got here, and I'd add a little bit more here, down in those 2 areas if the market pulled back. At this point, the chance of a massive break to the downside, so I was a little bit cautious earlier. A chance of this market breaking below this down here is almost it's I wouldn't say it's impossible. Anything's possible, but the chance of this market coming below there is not likely. Not at this point. So I'm feeling good about, even if it pulls back on us, I'm feeling good about the prospect of being able to add to the positions, add to the position down here if needed. And we'll get some more overnight trades sent out to you guys tonight. We took a good overnight trade on Thursday night. I wish I had stayed in it, honestly. I felt kind of bad. Let's actually review that one real quick. It was this guy. If you guys remember, we didn't talk about this on Friday and I felt bad. We shorted this Euro Kiwi. Basically right, I actually know exactly where I sold. We sold to, I had, oh, here we go. We sold right there. And so initially it went against us like for the first 4 or 5 hours at night. And then it went like this, boom, it just fell 250 pips. So I was in a little bit early, but I was going to bed anyway. By the time it pulled back, it would have been while I was asleep. So I'm glad we sold where we did. And then I just got pulled for 13 pips of profit, if you guys remember. And then it ultimately went down a lot more and should have held on, but we'll do better next time to hold on just a little bit longer. But I like this trade originally because, again, if you look at this without SonarLab, look at the price action. Okay, couple of things. You're coming up on all sorts of supply through here on the higher time frame. This is back from November. But then if you look closer and zoom into the minuteness of the candlesticks here, here's where you can get kind of your clues for a good overnight trade. So you look at this right here in the middle, you've got this nice bankers, FU candle right here. And then you've got each high is lower than the previous high. This high is lower than this high, or I guess they're about the same there, but this high is definitely lower than this high or this high. These highs are lower than these highs, and so on, right? This low is getting lower than this low, and then you pull up SonarLab and boom, look at all these sell blocks up here. Okay, so the banks have an interest of pushing it lower back when the market was up here. And so I felt pretty good about the prospect of shorting. And so, we did. So I'll look for more trades like that tonight. That's going to be something I look forward to. There was another trade last night. This one, I'm mad I didn't send this one out, but I don't send out trades on Sunday night. So that's part of it. But this is a trade I saw last night about shorting this up here. And yeah, that would have worked out great. There's this one. Yeah. This one I was thinking about too, selling. This actually might still be good. It's euro yen. It's coming up into some supply here, but I really like the stuff like this CAD franc where the rejection is real. Like you can see the quick rejection. That's a clue, right? We talk about those clues. Oh, hang on. Go check our trade. Okay, it looks like we're starting to get a little breakout here. Okay, on my personal account, I'm just going to take 1 or 2 trades off just because of the slim pickings right now. So I just closed 2 trades out for $74 a piece. I still have the other 3 on. And then let me go ahead and close out just a couple here for profit. Not a lot, but I'm going to pull just a few off so we can have some profits to book here. Let's see if we can get this to go one more leg higher and we'll be happy. It's been really kind of a squeeze to get, we've been turning, it's been really kind of a battle to get some money out of this market today. We haven't had a drawdown, like a real drawdown at least, but it's just been, we asked the market to give us money and it's like, nope. It's like, I'm not gonna take your money and I'm not gonna lose your money. It's just been slow. I mean, we've been making money, right? But it's just been real slow to make it. All right, so I've booked 25.7 pips so far and I've got 22 unrealized. So see if we can get, again, I'm just trying to get one more leg. If I can just get this market to give me one more leg here, I'll call it good. I'll take the money and call it good. Okay, let's see. It's trying. It looks like it's trying. Honestly, let's go ahead and pull these take profits in. Oh, looks like it grabbed one of my trades, just barely. So I've booked 32 pips and I've got 14 unrealized so far. It's been quite the struggle here. Yeah, I'm glad we pulled some of those profits off because it's just so hard to get them right now. And honestly, if I can get just half of that back right there from that candle down, I'll probably just close the rest out. Yeah, I'll close one or two out here. And what I'll probably do, just because we can't afford it, so I've booked 39.5 pips and I've got 7.5 unrealized still. What I'll probably do is I still want to see if I can get the market to come up to here. So yeah, I'm going to put these two targets right there. And then let's go ahead and pull some stop losses. Let's pull these stop losses to break even, so we can just let the trade ride at this point. So I'm just going to pull these stop losses up to break even. And that way we've got, let's see, 39.5 realized and 11 unrealized. So, and then if we can get this to go up, another 3 or 4 or 5 pips here, then we can confidently book, 60 pips today or something close to that. Oh, we might get it. Let's see. Nice. There goes one. So I've got 47.6 realized and 6 unrealized. Nice. Somebody popped in here and said, hey, I don't think this market's moving. Let's go ahead and move it. It's been a slow market today. That's good. I actually like slow. You guys know me. I like slow markets because if we can get a slow market, like slow and confident. Like for me, I like that confident market. We talk about that. A market that's slower is better than a market that's exciting, but we don't know what the heck's going on. I'd rather know what's going on, make my 10 pip move, and know exactly what's going to happen pretty much every day than a 100 pip move that I really don't know if it's going to pan out or not. Right? Because we can just lever up. We can just put a bigger trade on something that we know is going to work versus like a trade that we don't know is going to work. Right? Anyway, guys, I'm going to pull this trade off right here and we'll make 53.5 today. So it was a good day, definitely a good day. And I made over here on FT or my Forex funds, I grabbed not as much as I was hoping to make today. Let's see, I got 74.4 plus 73.17 plus 74.39 plus 74.40 plus 73.18. Okay, so I made $369, which is fine. I mean, I need to make more than that, but you know, we just didn't have the volatility really that we needed to be able to make that type of a move. So, you know, tomorrow hopefully I can come back and still get $1,000 or $2,000 day. But you know, I don't think I can complain making $370. I think that's still a good amount of money. So but anyway, guys, so yeah, I'm done trading for the day. I won't until tonight. Obviously, tonight I will send out some more overnight trades if I see something that looks pretty good, and I'll send that out. When you guys take the overnight trades, make sure that you're using the appropriate leverage for your account. Like I'm not allowed to tell you what type of lot size to trade on. You guys are ultimately going to take the trade that you're going to take. Um, just ask yourself this question, you know, if Steve's stop loss is here and his take profits here, if I hit my stop loss, how much money am I going to lose? But you have to answer that question yourself. Okay, you just measure the pips and multiply it by the dollar amount per pip that you're going to make or lose, and that'll tell you what your loss is. And so it needs to be something that you're willing to lose. And then you ask yourself the same question. Okay, Steve's take profits here. If I hit my take profit, I'm going to make this amount of money. You know, does that make sense for me? You know, because not every trade I take maybe doesn't make sense for you. You just got to make sure it you know makes sense for you ultimately, but you're the one that ultimately decides that if it fits your trading style or your trading plan. I think I told you guys this real quickly. With the My Forex Funds challenge that I'm doing, I'm specifically passing this challenge with just the banker's close. It's also a marketing thing I'm doing, trying to show people that you can absolutely get funded $200,000 of trading capital with just the banker's close. I'm going to try to show you that it can be done, which is really exciting to me. Um, but yeah, so I don't, in this particular account, I don't take overnight trades, even if they look really awesome. I have other accounts I take my overnight trades in. Okay. Hey, that's awesome, Brandon. Started my Forex funds today. Congrats. Yeah, I also know Ben, you started my Forex funds today. That's awesome. And yeah, I just got mine a couple days ago, and so far so good. Happy with it. So, all right, guys, thanks for coming. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.